Hey, it's Mary Pendleton, and today we're digging deep into Instagram Reels. Now, this is going to be a beginner tutorial. If you're overwhelmed by Reels or if you haven't started because you just don't know how to do it, you're going to want to keep watching. Alright, so let's get started on Reels. I have cast my phone to my laptop so we can record this so you can see what I'm doing. So when you're on Instagram, to get to Reels, first of all, you could go down here to watch Reels. This may look different on some, it's a little bit different on everybody's thing. I think this is how most people's Instagram menu is. If you click down here to watch Reels, the Reels at the logo, you can watch them, but to start your own Reel, you're gonna go like you're creating a story. So to do that, I always slide to the left. There I am. And then from here, you can toggle at the very bottom between stories or Reels. So this is the Reels menu here. You'll see on the left, there are lots of options. First is this little 15. So you can decide if you want a 15-second video or a 30-second video just by tapping it. We're going to do 30 seconds for now. Next is the music. I do not have access to music. Some people do, some people don't. That's just the mystery of Instagram. Next is speeds. So you could do slow-mo, you could do something really fast. One time I did a slow-mo dancing thing. So whatever you want to do, you can play around with that. I'm going to just keep it normal. And then we have these effects. So you'll see that pulled up the effects menu at the bottom. There are so many effects. Oh my gosh. This one is fun. Changing the color of my hair. Different things you can play with. If you scroll all the way to the right, you can browse effects. So if there's an effect that you see somebody using and you can't find it, go to browse effects. This is how I found green screen or that little line thing that comes down, and freezes it, and you can like play around with it. Do you know what I'm talking about? You can search all the effects here. Super useful. And then timer. This is great because this is how you can preset it. If you want to click play and then give yourself 3 seconds before it actually records, that's what I like to do. You can also say, let's say I only want to record the first 6 seconds and then I want it to stop automatically. You can set the timer that way. And then here's the countdown. That's what I was talking about. I think you can toggle it to 10 seconds also, yeah. So this is how you record in-app. Now you can also load your own videos that you've pre-recorded, which most of the time that's what I do, to be honest. I like to pre-record, edit in an app called InShot. I don't know why, I'm just more comfortable there. And then I load it to the stories. So to load it, I just pull up and it pulls up all my recent videos. I believe you can load pictures too, but it just is pulling up videos. If I tap this last 24 hours, it'll pull up all my albums that I can pick from. So I'm going to select this video. This is one that I pre-recorded. I edited in InShot. I made sure it was 30 seconds. From here, I could record more, but it's already at 30 seconds, so I don't think there's much I can do with that. So I'm just going to click this little next arrow to go over to edit it. All right, so this is the point where you can add text and buttons and lines and things like that. And this is so important because on Reels, most people are watching quietly, right? So I like to add kind of like closed captioning over the video. And with Reels, you can make it pop up at different times of the video. So I'm going to show you how. So here, I'm going to tap this little letter here in the top right corner. And we're going to say that basically at the beginning of the video, I just said what it's about. So 3 IG highlights your business will benefit from. And I like to tap the little A with the stars at the top to put a background on there. I'll just leave the text black for now. Sorry, all these notifications keep popping up. Okay, so down here at the bottom is how you edit how long you want that text to be there and when it will start and when it will stop. So this is my intro text, so I'm just going to drag my thumb and line it up just to the end of that first clip. I can still move it around. Now remember that your Reels, if you're going to copy it over to your grid, which I recommend you do, it's going to crop it in the grid to, I believe, 4:5 ratio when it's scrolling through. So I try to keep my text kind of close in the middle because I don't want it to be cropped out when it's in the grid. This is not something I'm really perfect at, but I'm really working on centering as much as I can. So I'm going to put that right about there. Okay, now the next text I'm going to add is basically the 3 points that I'm making. So I'm basically talking about 3 Instagram highlights that every business should have. So first, I'm just going to add these all in. First was testimonials. So I'm going to edit my text so it goes just for that section. Okay, 1, testimonials. Then we're going to do 2, services. Here's got a little behind the scenes peek of my creation process. 2, services. Okay, and then 3rd was mission/why, so I added that. And now my captions are all ready to go. I could also add stickers that pop up and do some other fun things, but let's just line these up actually. So now I'm going to click this little white arrow down here because I'm ready for the next step. Here is where I write the caption. So I'm going to make it short and sweet. To be honest, I've heard that on Reels, people don't read the captions as much because the videos kind of speak for themselves. So on Reels, I keep my captions pretty short and sweet. So what was it? 3 IG highlights that will benefit your business. Now, hashtags are still super important on Reels. I like to put them in the first comment still. I'll probably go in after this video and add all my hashtags in, but I just wanted to say, do not forget your hashtags on Reels. Comment. I always want a call to action to tell them what to do next. So for this, it's just going to be a call to action to comment if you plan to add any of these soon. Wink. And so now this part is really important. So I always include this little toggle, also share to feed, because I want my reel also to fall into my feed. I have tested this out and I find that I get so many more views when my reel is also in my grid, not just saved in the reels category on my page. So share to feed, but when I share it to the feed, I want to make sure that the look of it matches the look and feel of my grid because that's something I put a lot of effort into. And the cool thing is they give us the option to upload a separate cover. So I'm going to tap cover. It lets me pick any frame from the video I want as the cover, but also it lets me add from my camera roll. So I have created the cover, but I haven't saved it to my camera roll yet. So let's hop over to Canva and I'll show you how I make the cover that works really well for Reels. Okay, we are in Canva now. I have this Canva file full of lots of templates that I use for my Instagram Reels covers. And you'll notice that a lot of the text, all of the text is centered in these reel covers because, like I was saying, when it comes into the grid, it's going to be cropped into a square, or when you're scrolling, it's going to be a 4:5 ratio, but really a square. So I want to have the heart of my cover right in the center of the image so it doesn't get cropped off. This is kind of like a little math equation. This is the cover that I'm using for this reel. The way that I test that it's going to fall into the center is I add in a square, just like this, and I pull it so it is full size, and then I make sure I center the square right there. Then I usually make it a little transparent. And look, so I know that this is the part that's going to show up in my grid feed. I could also put a little decoration up here and below because that will be shown in the Reels feed. This is the part that I really want the heart of my visual to fall into. So I did this earlier. Everything looks great. I'm going to delete this again and I'm going to download just page 9. If you guys are familiar with Canva, you've done this before. And then I'm going to make it a PNG. I'm going to download that. Usually from Canva, I use Facebook Messenger to send it to my phone. However you want to transfer the images from your computer to your phone, that's just how I do it. So from here, I'm going to hop into Messenger, send it to myself really quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm back on my phone. Remember, this is the add cover page from my Reels. I'm going to click add from camera roll. My cover is now saved on my phone. I'm going to select that one. It looks good. Click done, and I I think we're good to go. 3 Instagram highlights that will benefit your business. Comment if you plan to add any of these soon. Wink. All right, let's click share. I always get a little bit nervous sharing that. Isn't that funny? But now it is loading to my feed, sending, and we should be good to go. All right, so I have another video talking about the different types of content you want to use for stories, grid posts, and reels. So watch that next if you're wondering what types of content you should create for reels. Okay, see you later. Bye.